wanna know? Oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. Oh, oh, WWE, and they only break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action on the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
Welcome into another edition of your favorite podcast, the Champions Corner podcast. We're in the building. We're live. We're just a few days out till Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas and all through the town. Now, the creature was staring, not even John Cena. I don't know. I just thought I'd put that in there. But anyway,
I thought you were Brian.
we're on the way to Netflix. We're on the way to the first Raw and Netflix in the brand new year, January 6th. I hope you guys have your Netflix accounts. Hope you're ready to share your password with your boy. I appreciate it. Go ahead and drop that in the comment section. We'll delete it. We will delete it. I promise you.
Put it in the DMs.
Yeah, they go send it in the DM. There you go. Gotta get that Netflix. But man, we got a lot of things to talk about. I thought SmackDown was okay. It was all right. But we'll talk about it. There's a lot I want to talk about because there's something I want to get off my chest today. But let's get into it. Let's roll. Let's talk about the Bloodline. But as the war continues, this is probably the storyline of the decade. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about it. Certain people are on record, like the coach and others, saying that storylines seem to be pretty stagnant now, but I feel otherwise. But, you know, let's listen to it. The Bloodline war continues. Solo Sikoa shows up this week on SmackDown and accepts the challenge officially, like we all knew he would, because he says he's the real tribal chief. So let's talk about it, fellas. What's your take on this? What do you see happening between Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns? And will this be it?
That'll be it because more people gonna get involved. And it was already made official. They already put it on the card. Ain't like he can't say, "Oh, I ain't doing it no more." So I mean, he had to show up on Raw. Why would he not? You need a challenge for your Ulafala, your role as tribal chief, and so as tribal chief, you got to stand up to that. You got somebody threatening your position. That's what tribal combat is for. To see who's supposed to be in that position. We going one-on-one, see who's supposed to be in that position. So hopefully Sikoa can stand up to Roman and do what he got to do. And I hate that he was saying, let's leave my bloodline behind. Let's leave your people behind. No, I don't. I want them to be right there and seeing this, but don't interfere. Either they can stand at the stage or the entrance or whatever, or stand around the ring. I don't care what they do. The members of the tribe need to see their true leaders go at each other. They need to stand there. They ain't got to interfere. That's should be barred. That's the rule of the tribe. Somebody challenges you, go one-on-one, and we watching to see who get this. You know what I'm saying? And then we follow who that person is officially, who that person is. So that's how I feel like they should do it. Even have some, like I said, they have the elders there. That should be part of it. Rikishi. I mean, whoever else. But like I said, I feel like this is where Rock gets involved. Dwayne Johnson himself, he needs to get involved in this. I mean, because he say he the final boss, high chief. High chief should be looking right at this. Who's the leader of your tribes out here? So I'm excited for it, but I just wanted to have a better look than it did between Jade and Roman at that SummerSlam when they did it. So I feel like it should be a true tribal combat. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
I would say, man, I agree on the part about this is the climax with RC. Talking about this is where the final boss gets involved. My take on it, I think Roman wins. And I think he becomes tribal chief. And then I think, Sean, you mentioned this shows ago. Then the high chief, since that's his lineage of high chief Peter Maivia, he comes in and he knocks Roman out some kind of way. Or maybe it's another stare down from the ramp to ramp. So you don't give away everything, right? And one thing I noticed, I say this to the audience, we're anticipating all these things happening, but sometimes we build it up, and that's not even WWE's plan. Kind of like Survivor Series, how they kept teasing, they think something going to happen, and we like, somebody happened, and then everybody like disappointed. So that's just my take. So I'm not going to say that's what's going to happen, but maybe they might tease it and be like, okay, boom, 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 down the road, maybe at the Rumble or something like that, depending on like The Rock calls Roman the Rumble. I don't know. But I think the story continues. I think it's just getting to the climax. I'm not going to say the final chapter because you never know what's going to happen after that. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Solo officially accepted, I think it's going to be good. A good match. I think Roman goes over, and I'm curious to see what happens after that, though.
Well said, guys. Well said. Now, I want to take you guys back just a little bit, kind of piggyback off of both of you guys' points, because in this cinematic challenge that Roman laid out, Roman said that the elders presented him with the Ulathala, right? And so that's to Roman, that's the missing piece for Solo. So to tie into what you guys are saying, this is where I believe the High Chief, Rocky, comes in. He's actually going to probably interfere in the match, but he's going to be the one to, if he wants to deem Solo the tribal chief, right? Because if he's the High Chief, I mean, what does it matter to The Rock? He's still the final boss. He can do whatever he wants. So what does it matter? He don't really have to be the tribal chief. He could be the High Chief. So we feel, all of us are in agreement, we feel that The Rock may interfere in the Raw on Netflix because it's already a stacked card. And so why wouldn't The Rock come out? What do you guys think? You think that The Rock is going to present himself as what you've been saying, Lonnie, all this time, that he's the High Chief and he's the one behind the curtain? Oz?
I think so because, again, I go back to this message at Bad Blood when The Rock came out. Solo said in the audience to someone, it's part of the plan. And it got put out. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just say something like that. I don't think it was WWE who put it out, but somebody called Solo saying it. You don't just put something out like that without a backup plan. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't think Solo's pulling the strings. I don't think that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was, he probably would have been champion by now.
Yeah.
He had lost every championship match he had, he lost.
Right.
So if he was really pulling the strings, he would have been champion by now. Right? That's part of being a tribal chief in a sense, right?
You need that. You need the top belt. You don't need just a belt. You need the top belt.
So I think he's not the one for pulling the strings. Now, remember, let's go back almost a year ago as well. Rock told Cody, when I come back, I'm coming for you. He said, they had that awkward exchange about, let me see your title, let me hold your title, that old jazz. But he said, your story with Roman is over. And mine and yours is just beginning. Well, technically, Cody and Roman been separated. They haven't had that rubber match yet. So, I'm pretty sure that's down the road somewhere, probably around this time next year or something, maybe. I don't know. But my point is, there's still bigger strings being pulled here. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the wise man's still the wild card as well. There's still some unanswered questions there. Think about the cinematic promo that Roman did when he challenged Solo. Paul Heyman was in the background. The wise man's in the background. He was doing this wise man thing, but there's something there, man. There's something there. Paul Heyman has always been, but think about it, he's always been with the heel guy for the longest. He's never been with a face that long.
But Roman never claimed to be a face. We were putting that on him.
Look, man, he said in the interview recently.
Well, he said he's a good guy.
Yeah, I'm a face now. You gotta look. It's like he interviewed some guy.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah, I will send it to you. I'm going to send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you.
Talking? That's not. We talk. That's like on an offshoot. This ain't that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Can you get back? He said he the same guy. Nothing about Roman says face.
He the same guy.
Sorry. He the same guy.
So is he a heel then?
Is he not?
Is he a heel?
We're calling him a face.
No. Is he a heel though? Is he a heel now?
After January 6th, yeah, he might as well be.
Okay. I guess we got to wait and see about that because I think he's a face.
I don't buy into this. We calling him a face. I don't know, like we've said, you guys done a good job covering it. I think the lines between face and heel, those things have been kind of, it's a kind of like a new age. Because if that's the case, we could talk about Drew in a minute. What is Drew?
I mean, this ain't start yesterday. Look at Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock back in the late 90s.
I don't buy into Roman being a face.
But
It's a lot of gray area within it.
yeah, you're not going to get your Hulk Hogan's and Bret Harts these days. You're not going to get that. You can see that's not over like that. You got somebody. If you got faces, they got attitude, big attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Cody.
Yeah,
Cody kind of like that.
Yeah, Cody. But you got to remember, he want the John Cena schedule, so you get everything that comes along with that. Even when Cena was getting booed, you know what I'm saying, he was still a face. You know what I'm saying? So my point being, going back to it, Paul Heyman. Well, okay, so if he's not a heel, or he's a face, I still think Paul Heyman's going to turn. Why? Because Roman doesn't really need the Wiseman right now, but Solo could use it.
If Paul was to do anything, he'll go with CM Punk.
Yeah, because everybody keep mentioning that favor, and so that's where he would go. Because he mentioned Paul Heyman mentioned that again on the kickoff for Netflix about the favor and whatnot, and like you said, like some months back, Sean, this new bloodline doesn't need a wise man. That's not how it functions. And so, if anybody they need The Rock. They need that somebody pulling the strings for them. They winning, but they continue to lose also. So they need that high chief to have their back and get them done for them.
Let me say this. I disagree that maybe they don't need a wise man per se, but name wise, they need somebody, and I think they have somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because although why case in point, Solo lost all his title matches. They just lost in War Games. They keep losing. Yeah, they won a 6-man tag on SmackDown, but chances are Roman's probably gonna beat Solo. They're gonna need some kind of counsel.
I know. I said all you need is The Rock.
But that's what I'm saying. He probably is that person, though. That's what I'm saying. It may not be a quote-unquote wise man per se in terms of the name, but somebody is feeding his mind.
Actually, that's all I'm saying. I just say they don't need something. Paul Heyman doesn't have to be involved with it. That's my point of the across. Paul Heyman doesn't have to get involved with them. He could just be going on to like a CM Punk or whatever he's gonna do.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry, RC. Let me ask you this. It came to my mind. Now tell me, because I don't remember. That's why I'm asking. When Paul Heyman got put through that table at Madison Square Garden, in that whole 4-year reign, did anybody ever put their hands on Paul Heyman like that with Roman?
Roman?
Yeah, Roman. That's about it.
Roman and maybe Brock? Because I don't remember. I'm asking.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Roman and Brock.
Nah, that's even.
Yeah. That was actually.
So, yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, when he had that tractor, right, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he was defending Roman Reigns, and he got in Brock's face, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who defended him when he got put through that table?
I mean,
nobody was there.
Nobody was there.
My point exactly.
But I say this bloodline is eradicating anything that nearly resembles the old bloodline. They don't want nothing to do with anything that resembles the old bloodline, which is why I would say that Paul Heyman wouldn't have any place in the new bloodline.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to see. It was a good discussion. I'm actually enjoying it. You said I got hyped.
Yeah. Because Paul has, Solo Sikoa has no desire to have any connection to anything that could say, I needed Roman's help, right? Anything that has any connection to Roman Reigns, I'm seeing that Solo doesn't want anything to do with it, so I don't see that scenario happen. I could see a possible scenario where Paul Heyman, for whatever reason, the favor, it's got like multi-layer to the favor. I mean, one of it probably included him helping or assisting Punk. Well, not assisting Punk, but being with Punk on that journey to get the world title, that type of thing, because of their relationship from the past, right? But I still don't see Paul leaving Roman Reigns. I mean, based on like you alluded to earlier, Lonnie, like offshoot promos, Paul's like this with Roman. I don't know. We gotta see. What you?
I mean, I really don't think Roman needs anybody that much. Especially if he if he does win, if he gets the Hula Follow. And he just needs that spot in the Royal Rumble, and that's what his journey to WrestleMania going to be. And that's what everybody's looking for. That's what we're building up to. Yeah, we're building up to this Raw on Netflix, but that's just Raw, really. They just promoting it like it's a pay-per-view. But we're really heading to this Royal Rumble. That's what everybody's getting ready for, because that's what they got that transfer window going on. Because if you, like you said, Coach, and people talking about stuff that's stagnant right now, because we're getting ready to switch people from different shows. So we're trying to end some rivalries, end some connections, or end some, maybe end some teams. And we're switching some stuff, we're shaking it up. And then we on straight to the road to WrestleMania, getting with the Royal Rumble. Everybody going in the Royal Rumble and try to stake their claim. And for the first time in years, Roman will be in the Royal Rumble. And so Paul can't help him with that. He ain't about to get in there. He might go over strategy with him. That's all he could do. But Roman got to do that by himself either way. Unless he has some of the OG bloodline in there wanting to help him out, why would you do that? Because you're trying to win the Royal Rumble yourself. But they might help you out against, Bloodline 2.0 if y'all in there at the same time. But then even with that, you got Bloodline 2.0, it might go be in the Rumble. You got Drew, Steph, KO. Trying to stop Roman Reigns, definitely from winning that Royal Rumble to get his shot. Because they don't want to see him in that top position anymore. So you got a lot going against Roman, but I mean, he said he's the OTC, he's gonna be able to have to handle it.
I just want to add to something because RC painted a wonderful picture there. We saw what Paul Heyman can do in somebody's corner in the Royal Rumble. You remember when Brock Lesnar in 2020 was number one and he went through like 10 people, whatever it was. You remember that? You remember that?
That was a big Rumble.
Yeah, it was great for us. Edge came back, things of that nature, Drew won. But my point, what I'm thinking as well, to your point, RC, Roman's going to be in a Royal Rumble. He hasn't been in like 4 to 5 years or whatever it was. And now all these people trying to stop him. I think that's a good plot. And on top of that, again, he don't know what's working in the background because this is why I think Roman wins. I got my Ula Fala and I want my title back. Because the first business was to get the Ula Fala back. So I could be the official tribal chief. Now I want my title back, so I have to go into the Royal Rumble, which I think CM Punk's going to win. That's my personal opinion. We can talk that later, I know. But I think that's what's going to happen there. And then to your point, especially like KO and Drew, man, they coming for big retirement receipts, man, for the past 4 years. Because now I think about it, they probably had the biggest impact with the Bloodline in these last few years. Although Drew didn't fight him every week and KO didn't fight him every week, the Bloodlines cost Drew some big time pain. He said it on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like in front of his family, Solo, and all that type of stuff. And now you got Sammy, Jay, and Jimmy gunning for him right now. Like so much is going on with that, man. But yeah, so many pieces. And one more point I want to add. I know people are saying a lot of Coach and all them are saying that storylines are stagnant. But one thing I've learned, everybody's going to look at wrestling from different lenses these days. They're still looking at it from when they were in the Attitude Era, and they're expected to be the same right then. I get it, but you got new age fans too, who probably couldn't watch the Attitude Era stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy stuff going on there. So you're probably not going to see a lot of storylines. They didn't really last long, right? When Vince McMahon claimed to be the higher power, that wasn't going on that long. You know what I'm saying? Like you got those answers fairly quickly. You feel me?
It felt like forever.
Yeah. But back then, that's how we was. That's how we was thinking about it, right? But then, when Austin was like the CEO for like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that happen that quickly. I don't think they're stagnant. I just think right now you have a bigger impact of it. So when these things do come to fruition, you have bigger impacts. Certain things are going to happen, but the way they happen, you know what I'm saying? Or when you think it's about to happen, they make a right turn, and then there's something even bigger. That's what we've been seeing from storylines for the past year. It takes time and patience to build it. Let's not forget, Head of Creative was one of the boys back then. Head of Creative knows what it's like to be on the side of being buried. I think DDP said it. He said it. Who was the whipping boy after the curtain call? So you know what it's down to go all the way down to build yourself up. So he's operating from that standpoint. He knows what he knows what it's like on the bottom. He knows what it's like on the top. You feel me? And he's like, hey, he's one of the boys. He understands that place. It's a different type of leadership too.
It
And
is.
with Triple H, he got different pressures on him than Vince McMahon had. Because Vince was the owner, and so he had to deal with the business and creative side. He's trying to hold both, juggle both of those. With Triple H, he has bosses, and so mostly he's in charge of a lot of people, but he still is more dealing with the creative, what goes on with that.
Right.
He has, I won't say less pressure, but he just a different kind of pressure than Vince McMahon had. So it's just different things going on. But like I said, Triple H likes to, tell a longer story and let it build up, and then, like I said, come to a climax. And so he's gonna do that different ways, and then he try to involve, everybody, but sometimes and things ain't gonna come when people want it.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, things could go any kind of way, because you can try to predict, but you don't know exactly. Like say on the show, we say it could go this type of way, or this could happen, or this person get involved. Who don't know? And everybody's intertwined in everybody's story, so it's like this action can affect a number of different people a different way, and then we don't see the impact of that.
Right.
When it comes, we just don't know when. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, well, I'm waiting for The Rock to come back. We want to know what Cena gonna do. Who we gonna get involved with? And it's gonna be some more comebacks in the Royal Rumble. I mean, who knows? So, like I said, a lot of things affect several different people, and we're just waiting to see what it all builds up to. And then, like I said, the transfer window is just another
layer. Right. So, I mean, now to Coach's point, Coach did say in the podcast that it was another, was it turnbuckle, behind the turnbuckle, his podcast. So to his point now, he may watch this. I want to quote you right. To his point, he did say that he doesn't want to just come across hating just to be a hater, right? So he did clear up some things. He said he didn't want to come across just to be hating just because, right? But, he said he want to look at the grand scheme of things and look at it from a fan's perspective. So that's one benefit that Coach does do. And we love you, Coach. I think that you'd be great. Come on back. I would love to see you. I would love to see you do something. But, I want to talk about real quick, because somebody did interrupt. Speaking of the storylines intertwining, speaking of the storylines mixing together, somebody came off what I'm called Crybaby Island. He's on there with Seth. He's on there with Kevin Owens. He's on that same island. Drew McIntyre decided that he wanted to approach the tribal chief, right? Interim tribal chief. He wanted to approach Solo Sikoa and get his grievances off his heart. He let Solo know that he has beef with Solo, but I think through mutual respect, they want to do other things, like AKA stop Roman Reigns, right? So that whole story is about stopping Roman Reigns. What do you guys feel about Drew McIntyre's interaction? And is Drew really bluffing, or does he really want to come after Solo Sikoa?
I mean, he said it on Friday. He said, look, you take out Roman, and then me and you'll finish our business. So what he really saying is, y'all take out each other, and I'll pick up because think about it. You got what? Well, I ain't gonna say Bronson Reed, because out for War Games, but they have somebody else on the shelf, Tonga Low, right? I'm a Tonga now. Jacob, obviously, you ain't gonna run over him. We already know that, but the more you take out, because think about it, he's taking out Roman, and then like I said, Drew is like having had a fight on Raw with Sammy backstage. Now you know what I'm saying, he took out Jay. Jimmy came back and started whooping him with a crutch this past Friday. So he got himself already. Now he need to be careful though, because he's one man trying to fight all these people. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, I don't think he's bluffing. I think he really still want to get rid of the bloodline. As a matter of fact, as bad as Kevin Owens wants to. However, he's going about a different way right now. He's letting I think he's being smart and kind of letting them take out each other, which is why, I think Cody had joined Roman back in the day too, in October. So, to try to help take out more. But that's just a whole nother thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, he pointed it out because, like I said, Solo cost him the world championship, and so I'm assuming, I know he really wants to, get revenge on that.
Mhm.
But at the same time, he wanted somebody to take out Roman. And I feel like you should just do it yourself. You Scottish warrior, Scottish psychopath, handle your business. I'm taking out these other guys. Everybody mad about who teaming with who.
Mhm.
Who cares? Take out the person you don't like then. You
Mhm.
couldn't do it with Punk fully. And now you don't want to do it with Roman, but you mad at everybody else, but you can't handle your business and just take that person out. Don't worry about who teaming with them. Take who you got the problem with out. Attack
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
But I guess you want Solo to do his dirty work, and then you handle Solo afterwards. I guess that's a plan. But like I said, you said, Lonnie, you be trying to attack all these people. All these people gonna come back and they already teamed up. Sammy, Jimmy, Jay, they already teamed up. You talking about jumping Solo on them? They could jump you.
Mhm.
So I don't know what kind of plan is that.
Hey, make it make sense.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to see where this is going for Drew. Like sometimes people say, like I said, Drew might be right in a lot of situations. Just like they say Kevin Owens is right or Steph is right, because they all got the same mindset right now to me. And you see Drew try to get recruits Seth, but Seth don't want to team with him either.
Mhm.
And he upset about it because he know he need help against. He trying to fight three to 4 to 5 people right now. So he trying to figure himself out. That's why he's like, he see Jacob and Chama right there behind Solo. He said, it's get cause me physical, hurt me physically, not to attack you right now. But you about to get your butt whooped. To Jacob. So you trying to be smart about it right here. Then he got Jimmy attacking you with one leg, with a crutch. I don't know where he's going with Drew. I'm trying to see him, because we were trying to figure that before. Where is he going to be on the Raw on Netflix, and the debut that is? Where is he going to be come WrestleMania time? Where's Drew's role? We was asking that last year. If Drew found his way to make everybody pay attention to him, and he got his spot against Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. So he's going to find a way to get where he wants to be. But I'm just trying, the way it's going right now, I'm trying to see where his end goal is at the moment. I don't know how he plans to get that. with how he's attacking people.
I mean, because he's practically on the same path like with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Only difference for Kevin Owens is Kevin actually got some retribution at the moment, right? He's actually laid off his target for the moment, right? And now he's being delusional about his place in the business at this moment, but he's actually done something about his beef, right? So I'm saying that to say, because you brought up that Drew McIntyre, why not just go straight for Roman Reigns, right? But then that would probably not work out in his favor either, because, contrary to popular belief, there are people that would still probably have Roman's back. Come, we'll lay aside their disagreements just to help out Roman Reigns, right? But personally, I don't think Roman needs help. But maybe that's later down the road. Maybe that's a potential thing that Drew will have to face. Maybe face Roman Reigns for something, right? Who knows? But what is the underlying tone like? Do you think it's going to be a faction between Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre?
For what? For what?
For the common fact that they all seem to hate Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns has done so much to them.
Roman Reigns or CM Punk?
So listen, because they all said, well, I would say out of the three, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, they have some type of psychological, according to them now, Roman Reigns and the Bloodline messed up their mind for all these years, right? Drew McIntyre comes rolling in because let's be honest, he just got beat up by CM Punk. Now he's like, I gotta get the anger off my chest. So here I am. He said he got a hit list. So I wonder who else is on this list, because obviously it was Jey Uso, and it was Jimmy, probably Solo, probably a bunch of the Bloodline. Who else is on this list? And so that's why I'm saying, do they potentially eventually team up, but not officially team up, or just kind of like associates? What do you guys think?
I have never in my life in wrestling seen so many people mad at people teaming up with people.
That's true. Yep.
Listen, so you
They out
mean
here.
to tell me Cody gets dumped on his head because he teamed with Roman in October?
We laid off. You it up.
You didn't mean to tell me. Now Seth Rollins really his elevation of being mad at CM Punk and got mad because CM Punk went into War Games with the Bloodline when he told him no. So now Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre comes back and start attacking the Bloodline because what? Now they win War Games and Drew attacks Jay and Sammy because they all teamed up with Roman Reigns. So now all of them gonna come together and team up, which apparently they got a problem with people teaming up now. So then they gonna team up and do what?
And be the same people.
Listen. I don't think they'll form a faction over that because at the end of the day, Drew and Seth still don't like each other. I mean, you saw that.
Well, Seth said the jury still out on Drew because, like I said, he gave him that. They had that moment after their match at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and that respect is there, but the jury's still out on how Drew handles things.
Well,
but do you think that was more so because I mean I don't trust neither one of them because wasn't that night was that night 2 when they did his match?
Mm-hmm.
So is that because Seth was already wounded? Is that because he was already hurt?
Let me say it like this. This is what I think. So remember, I'm gonna go back to WrestleMania for a moment because I want to talk about why I believe Drew is fighting so hard right now because he deserves it with the position he's in. He deserves it. Okay. So remember last Monday he was about to run up on 7 until Sammy jumped in. I mean he was marching like he about to give him the business. You know what I'm saying? But let's think about this. You guys got think about this from Drew's perspective. This is my thoughts. Here you are. You got a world title match at WrestleMania. But your opponent is so consumed with The Rock and Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, as a worker, keep people interested in your world title match when clearly this other match is overshadowing the whole card? So this man has had to work hard to keep his match interesting in WrestleMania. He had to work hard to keep a feud alive because his opponent wasn't always there because he was injured. And now he's coming back. He got screwed. Not the cut's still there because he got screwed at home again at Clash at the Castle. And home, closer to home this time. So that cut that was already kind of still open and wounded got more alcohol poured on it. So he got reasons to be mad at everybody. I get it. And CM Punk cost him something. Nothing really happened to Punk, but when he do something, he gets suspended, he gets that, he gets this, he gets that, right? Now Roman is now back, and Roman's want to go back on top of the mountain. So now that Roman it's a different era right now because Roman's not on top of the mountain in WWE, so it's a different feel. So now Roman wants to climb the mountain again, and Drew like, oh no, I can't have that. So I think Drew has reasons to be upset, and we understand that. I just don't know what he's trying to do right now. Like, who is his real target right now? He says Roman, but who is his real target right now? I mean, he's on the transfer portal talking. He was on SmackDown because he was, talking to the transfer portal, right?
Yeah.
He lost the rivalry. He lost not the rivalry, but he lost this season of the war with CM Punk as far as matches go. So who is really his target right now? You going after the Bloodline and you about to attack Seth Rollins? You going rogue?
He was just talking to Seth, about to Seth about because of how Seth was talking to him and whatnot, and he just refused him. But remember at WrestleMania 4, he didn't want to deal with Bloodline stuff at that time. He was focused on the World Heavyweight Championship. So are you still focused on that championship? I mean, or are you just focused on revenge for what happened years back? Like, if you, like I said, you gonna move forward, or are you gonna be stuck in the past of what happened to Clash of the Castle when Solo cost you your title? I mean, Roman don't even have the title no more. So I mean, we all moving forward and moving in a different way.
Right.
Why can't you? You lost the point. Okay. I mean, hey, you were fighting the guys who team with them. I mean, what choice did they have at that moment? Seth and Drew don't get there. Like, what choice did they have? We asked you, Seth, team with us. No. I don't want to team with Roman. Okay. So guess what? Punk does. So we went Punk and we won. Plain as that. Seth was focused on Punk. And the deep seated hatred he got since Punk came back. Or before he came back.
Uh-huh.
But that's a whole different situation because Seth can't get on being ghosted. And he felt like, he thought he was Punk friend and this and that. But Punk was that whole different mindset. And now like he's in now, he ain't focused on you. He focused on the main event of WrestleMania. But you keep his way. So y'all fight. And with Drew, I don't know what you focused on. You just focus on revenge. You blinded by rage, and you upset about not being home as much, and you upset it because he did that. He did a kind of a meltdown on Busted Open, like a war type thing. He's talking about people don't really care about you, and once you're gone, you're gone. People don't remember you, so he not focused on what internet fans are saying anymore, or anybody says anymore, because only family he got is at home for real. You say it's a work family, but that ain't what this really is. From his mindset. And so he focused on himself and what he could get out of this. But what does that really mean? And what would come of that?
Right.
So I'm always Drew has been so great. I mean, like I think Michael said, from that point where he did get cost the title, it was a whole different. It flipped a switch and it came a downward spiral for him since then. So it's interesting to see where Drew finds himself in this upcoming WrestleMania season. Will he be focused on the World Championship, or will he just go down by being focused on the wrong thing, which is revenge?
Yeah, and saying that though, it's so much to see with that. That's another guy we got to keep our eye on. But not to say we're not, because that guy has busted his tail this year. So I guess we got to wait and see on that part. He's really elevated. But yeah.
Cool. So what message would you guys say that the Bloodline is sending? Because not only after Drew interrupted him on SmackDown and got beat up by Big Jimmy, as they say, we went into a 6-man tag match where we had who do we have? We had Apollo Creed. Was he in the
Andrade and
Yep.
Yeah.
And so versus the Bloodline, right? So what message did the Bloodline send by winning that match?
I mean, they can still be dominant. I mean, even after a loss at War Games, they got to build him back up because they lost, right?
Uh-huh.
So they got to show that. I think even the prior week they attacked some people. You know what I'm saying? Which was LA Knight and them. So they can still be dominant. They got to build him back up. So they're saying that, hey, we might have lost the battle, but the war still is not over, and we're still dominant. We may have even lost some soldiers, but we're still dominant. You still don't want to see us. Even though we only have 3 of us, it don't feel like it's still 5 of us or 4 of us or whatever number. You know what I'm saying? We still that group. You don't want to see us.
Yeah. That's what I said before. Like, Solo's a different type of chief. But whether he lose or whether he don't, he's unshaken and he's going to move forward. And, okay, what's the next plan? I still got a squad. I'm still taking over this roster. Roman Reigns or not, I'm still coming at you, Roman. If you want to come at my older father, I'm here to defend. That's why he said, I accept. Cool. I'm going to send you back when you go to the island of irrelevancy. That's what I'm going to do. And so, and then once he gets his soldiers back, I mean, he be what he wants to be. And then, like I said, he got that higher, we believe it's a higher chief he should answer into. And so once that part of the plan is in place, you really be on a good track. So all of a lot of it's riding on this match on Raw on Netflix against Roman Reigns.
Gotcha. You guys touched on a really good topic last time, so I wanna have Lonnie chime in on it. Solo has really developed into his character. We're starting to see a new Solo Sikoa. So that brings us to this question, the age question: is Solo Sikoa, is he a better tribal chief than Roman Reigns?
No. Reason why, one, we talked about it earlier in the show. He has to Ula follow. He took it because he said it was owed to him, right? He said, Roman said you're next, right? You know, and he took it because Roman wasn't there. Okay, got it. But also, he was not the champion. He was losing all the top champions. Now, I think he has a better squad as far as aggression. And what I mean by that, I know he's talking about the whole squad. I'm simply talking about Jacob Fart too. You know what I'm saying? I think Roman's a better tribal chief because once he won, he gradually started building that team, right? there was more meat involved, meaning like this. When Jay joined Roman, Jay and Roman had a series of matches. So from that point, he's like, okay, now you come with me. Remember, Jimmy came back. Jimmy was like, Roman, I ain't gonna, you know, he had a shirt that I ain't gonna say the name of. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's, you know, and they had some friction there. And then what happened? Jimmy came under the fold. And then what happened from there? The Usos, longest reigning tag team champions of all time thus far. From the pre-show to the show, main event, rocking with Roman. You see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. The Usos did a lot on their own. Uso Penitentiary, that really got them on the map. Don't get me wrong. Battles with the New Day and all that stuff. But being with Roman on a consistent basis did elevate them to that point because you got to see a lot more of them. It's one of the perfect examples of less is more. They didn't do a lot of talking in the ring. Roman and Paul Heyman did. But they stood there at attention, per se. And they delivered. You know what I'm saying? And now look at it. Main event, Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso talking about a couple of weeks ago, hey, maybe I'll be a champion next year. Maybe I'll enter the Royal Rumble next year. I don't think you can compare the two. 4 years versus 6 months. How can you compare that so soon? I mean, what is the comparison? When we ask that question, what are we looking at? That's just my take on it.
Right.
Yeah. I would say, we're saying because Roman had to, you know, kind of force people to end up being by his side, like what he was doing. Solo doesn't have to do that. And they stand behind him no matter what, wins or losses or whatever like that. And he's not, like I said, he's unshaken after something goes wrong because it's a plan he's sticking to. And even when he wasn't with Roman, you know, he was like, when Roman was kind of questioning himself and kind of down and trying to meander. And Solo like, what are you doing? Like, get up, come on. And before that with Roman, one time said, yeah, I know, I got it. But yeah, Solo was always sitting there learning and seeing how Roman moved, and the ways Roman moved wrong, he's correcting that, trying to correct that in himself and how he runs things. But yeah, Roman is just more accomplished. He helped his other family members become more accomplished than they were, and so yeah, it's gonna take some time to really compare. But okay, we're just saying Solo is doing a good job, and he just needs certain wins and certain championships to really submit himself. That's the only way you can do it, getting a world championship. It's hard. It's hard to compare against Roman, but Roman done it all, pretty much.
Well, let me ask you this, because it's always something like this going on. Even when Roman was there, you know, Solo probably felt the same way. Y'all remember when Cody challenged Jacob to a title match, like some months back? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
That? And before Jacob backed down, it took him a little minute to chew on that, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Jacob was ready.
Yeah, because at that point, Cody was pretty much done with Solo, but Jacob, hey, let's go with it, right? So now, what does that mean? My thought is this: well, you saying I love you, Solo, but Solo, you ain't get the job done at the same time. Not only did you lose to Cody every title shot, you also got pinned in our tag match at Bad Blood. Yeah, you pinned him at Crown Jewel, but and then you got pinned at War Games. So your tribal chief can get this mat, can get the shoulders on the mat. 1, 2, 3. So what does that do for somebody who's in a group? Somebody to step up and make some change.
That's a good point. Now, I want to jump in there because I'm glad you said that, because how you start is how you're going to finish. Like, Solo started by taking this tribal chief position, so you reap what you sow. Somebody it's going to take it, because right now he's got more losses than he has wins. And so after a while, a person like Jacob, like, he's going to be like, what am I following? You know, because my leader, he ain't got the brass ring, he ain't got none of this stuff. All he got right now is the Ula Fala. Now let's say he loses the Raw match with Roman Reigns. Then what's going to happen then?
I would say this real quick. RC, I know you want to chime in. I just want to say this too real quick. So in their family, Roman said something that's very key in my opinion. he said his father and uncle kind of graciously, essentially acknowledged him by giving him the Ula father. After
Right.
that match with Jay, right? Solo took it.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Which is-
that's officially correct in their culture.
And that's what I'm saying, which is why The Rock has to, if I'm saying, I don't know if it's going to be right, but I'm saying The Rock, some elder has to anoint or ordain or put this on Solo for it to really be official.
Yeah, and I go back and also say that when Jay said to Solo in his face right before the War Game stuff started going on, he said, "Why'd you have to go get them? It's a reason we stayed away from them."
Yeah, that's true.
And then on top of that, but on the other side of that, I want to also, because I think Solo's doing phenomenal work, he went from not talking to being very charismatic on that mic, man. So I want to make sure we add that part in there too. So this has developed Solo. I don't think if you're going to compare the two, I don't think he's at that level yet.
Right. And before you go, this is not saying, Solo's not doing a great job. Ain't nothing like that. But it's like we don't have a large of enough sample size to compare the two. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do. But I just think Solo is getting on the right track. And what the track, and he really do it when he gets, after he really beats Roman one-on-one.
Be a good start.
I really be officially the start of what he needs to do.
Uh-huh.
And by that time, next year, like I said, he'd have his people back. Carmelo. Hopefully he could come back. I don't know when Bronson Reed coming back. I don't know if he officially is in the group either way. But he look like he fits. I don't know if he's officially with them.
Yeah.
He needs to see me that why he's the tribal chief, have Rock put the Ula follow on his neck. As far as him getting the world championship, I don't see it. I don't see it for the WWE championship. World Heavyweight Championship, maybe, depending on where transfer window goes. So, because that full group could go over to Raw.
And they could take all the belts on Raw.
Well,
That's what.
They ain't gonna walk over Gunther.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Jake
Or
would.
like them out there, Cody and Gunther might switch shows.
That's what. Yeah, that's true. Cause they're gonna want the biggest stars on the Raw.
Yeah, who's that? Cody Rhodes.
Wait a minute. Wait, quick question. But isn't SmackDown gonna be on Netflix too?
Everything gonna be on Netflix.
No,
You're right.
I don't think that's gonna be straight on Netflix. They on USA right now. I don't know when they get to Netflix. I don't know how that's working.
They said at the kickoff show, Triple H said, which was a great kickoff show, by the way. I can't wait to be invited to the headquarters. Anyway, so Triple H said that they're moving Raw, SmackDown, NXT, everything over there.
I thought that would be like a gradual thing when they did that. I know they've all trying to go to 3 hours. So I thought it was be a gradual thing because they're not promoting SmackDown as on Netflix.
Yeah, because SmackDown, didn't they extend their TV deal? Let me check on this.
Yeah, they probably did that because they did continue to promote them on USA and NXT on CW. So I guess whenever their contracts run out, they could go to Netflix. But until they promoting it like they're doing with Raw, they're gonna stay on where they are now. But they just changing their hours for SmackDown to be 3 hours.
Well, so it says here, I'm just, I had my old trusted assistant chat GPT. So it says, SmackDown is going to Netflix in 2025. It will continue to air on the USA Network every Friday night, but it's going to be on Netflix.
So simultaneously, it's going to be doing both at the same time, essentially.
Because right now, what happens is when Raw airs live on Netflix, a few hours after that, you'll be able to I guess, access it after the show on Netflix, like an actual streaming thing. So yeah. So maybe that's with SmackDown.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like you said, you want all the biggest stars on SmackDown, so that could happen. Man, but it's so many ways we can go with this whole Bloodline story. And the digital audience, you see how everybody's engulfed in this same storyline. This might benefit people like LA Knight to mix it up with Solo Sikoa, because that might elevate him to the main event scene. What you guys think?
I think LA Knight, it could, but I also think what he's doing with Shinsuke Nakamura can do it too.
Okay.
This is a different type of Shinsuke right now. He's taking the title that LA Knight wanted that he wanted SummerSlam, and now he doesn't have it anymore, right? He's defended it. I think it was a good workhorse championship, as he should. So I think this is going to elevate him once he overcomes this. And then maybe down the road, yeah, he'll fight Solo. But what would that be for, though? You know, that's the question, right? Because if Roman's staying on SmackDown, I know there's all these rumors about Roman and Cody going to Raw and all that stuff. But if Roman's staying on SmackDown by chance, then that'd be interesting.
All right.
LA Knight, I love how LA Knight, I just like his style, his promo style, and I think he's getting better in the ring. But as far as him and Shinsuke he's still fighting to be relevant right now, even with the championship. I mean,
You think so?
especially with LA Knight trying to get involved with Solo. Like, don't get involved with them because that Solo and them are already a bigger threat than Shinsuke is. Because Shinsuke is backing away from all of them. So please separate them immediately. Separate that situation immediately because Shinsuke needs that spotlight in himself as being a champion to be that, kind of a top tier villain.
So you saying straight LA Knight in the Bloodline for now?
Yeah. Because if you fight going back and forth, you try to get the U.S. title back, get away from that situation. I mean, that's the only thing that'll be good for Shinsuke. Because I feel like he's going to be automatically overshadowed if there's all that going on at the same time together.
Fair point.
So, yeah, really, I don't know why Shinsuke's still attacking LA Knight. Go about your business, Shinsuke. Go find your next opponent. You don't beat LA Knight and Andrade and Apollo Crews right there, but he ain't challenged you yet. So just get away. And the Bloodline need to get away from all of them. Do it right now. Unless Solo's going for the U.S. title, separate that whole situation. That's what I think. Because you don't want to overshadow all your stars. Because the Bloodline, it's hard not to take over every situation with the Bloodline. Can you see, as we talked about earlier, they dominant. They're too dominant. It's in story. They're too dominant in the ring. That's for them. Like, stay out of that situation. Let Roman handle them. Don't. They're too deep in waters right now.
Yeah, I agree because like to your point, it does overshadow. It's not like when we were watching the Attitude Era, when you had a great story of who ran down Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Remember that? When it ended up being Rikishi who did it, but Triple H was the one who was the brains behind it. Case in point of what we're talking about now with the Bloodline. Somebody's pulling the strings. However, during that time, they managed to keep the world title picture still open at that point, meaning Kurt Angle was the champion, and The Rock got involved because Austin blamed him, then Undertaker got involved. You had all that going on, but they were just those people going for that title at that time. They didn't add any more to that point. So you had multiple things going on at once. So I think if you continue with, the Bloodline trying to be, just beating down people just to get back at Roman, I think that's going to be a repetitive story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Down the road. My point is, that had a meaningful outcome back then, and we need something to happen like this now too.
Well said. Well said. A lot of, like you would say, a lot of meat left on that bone, fellas. We want to know down in the chat section what you guys think is going to happen. How is all this going to unfold? And I want to move on to something that I've been wanting to get off my chest. I got a bone to pick with this storyline that's going on right here.
Talk about me on the bone. He about to do a 24-piece. Let's go. Well, all right.
Hey, boy. Hey, you need to start talking like that. I ain't eat yet either. Whoa. So, ladies and gentlemen, digital audience, for those of you that probably new to the broadcast here, we have Nostradamus on this broadcast here. We in the form of my boy Ron. He's into the future apparently because for some odd reason we got Bianca and Naomi. She's up here with these crocodile tears, acting like she done won the tag title. Like they had to go through a brutal match. Like this was the first time they teamed together and they won the. What is going on? What's going on?
It's more meaning behind that.
What is going on? What is going on? This is foolishness, right? I'm flabbergasted. Somebody got to help me with this because she's up there acting like they had a match at WrestleMania and they won the tag title. Like, what? Explain it to the people, Ron. What's going on?
Hey, make sure you're done first. Make sure you're done first, Horse.
Yeah, I'm done.
I know he upset about what happened to Jay, and he think about my theory of, which I mean, it gotta be obvious as of this point that Naomi did this to Jay, and that's his girl. And he loves Jay on this show, so we all know Sean loves Jay. But say the two crocodile tears, but you gotta think about it. That's the title she had when she left the company, and she thought she needed to leave the company. A lot of people say, "Oh, they just walked out on what they're supposed to do and whatnot." But no, if you feel disrespected and you don't feel right in where you are, leave the situation. Or if you can't find a solution while you're there, move on. That's what she did. That's what Naomi did. Her and Sasha Banks. I can see in my shirt. Yes, Sasha Banks. That's what they did. And so Naomi went on to TNA. Was the champion for most of the time. Or TNA Knockouts champion. Most of the time that she was on TNA, and so she got her joy in doing that, and got her confidence up to where, like, yeah, I've been a champion this long, so now it's time to go back home and be a champion there. So she came back at the Royal Rumble, and so she's been trying to do her thing, and then she found, like, said, friends with Bianca. Well, she friend with Bianca before she left, of course, and then she found another friend. Supposed to be friend and Jade, and they became the big three, and fought at WrestleMania together and did all this.
The big,
that's what I'll say. I'm about to get to it. They came the big two because Bianca and Jade became the tag team champions, and so Naomi was trying to find her place. She I kept saying she's the third wheel in the big three. She keeps trying to find her place, and so she's trying to find another championship like she had at TNA, like where she got her confidence back with. And she lost the tag team title before she left WWE for the first time. And so now she's back. She's trying to go for, the WWE Championship, lost that tonight. Now she's trying to be in the United States tournament, lost that. Boom, lost the tournament matches. And so now I feel like she's the one that attacked Jade, because if I can't get none of the other two titles, I can try to still do this big three thing and be with Bianca, and Jade is in the way. Somebody's in the way. I gotta take one of them out, and she chose Jade.
Yeah.
So Jade is out of here. Boom. Bianca still got the titles. Guess what? I'm right here. Hey, Bianca. So you ain't gonna reach the titles. I'm right here. I'm here.
Man.
And so of course Bianca gonna choose her. She's right there. She's gonna be part of the big three.
Man.
And now she chose her, and she's trying to, like, say, she's playing this all kind of nice, though. She plays all kind of nice. She's trying to show concern about what happened or whatnot, and try to be there for Bianca. Say, I got your back forever. And she's saying stuff like that. Let's go. We can do this. And she didn't even want to hold the title before the match.
Nope.
She didn't even want to hold that title because she wanted to win it again. And after she did win, she proved to herself, I am a champion. I proved myself. So that's why she crying. Because that's the title she had to give up before. And now it comes full circle. She's won it back, although in a way that it shouldn't have been, because she caused Jade to get hurt. But she got the title back. Her plan finally came together. And so she had the title around her waist that she felt like she earned. She got the pin over Candice LeRae, so she felt like she earned this title back. And so if my plans work, I earned it. I got the pin. Here we are. I'm with Bianca. Let's do this. Jay, we don't need Jay. So we're moving on. And when Jay comes back, she got to face what she did. But until that happens, because they said Jade got injuries for real, so I don't know what's all going on. WWE had a whole list of injuries Jade has. So I don't know when Jade comes back. But till then, Naomi's the champ.
Yeah.
Like she's always tried to be. So, I mean, it's tears of her plan working out and being full circle of what she lost before when she left WWE the first time.
So, before you go, Lonnie, somebody gonna have to help me. I just want to know. Maybe I missed something.
I got you. Go ahead and cook. Go ahead and cook.
You did a great job painting that story. Boy, I tell you, here on the Champions Corner, if anybody's going to have sympathy for you, it is going to be my man, Braun. He is going to have some sympathy for you.
I understand how the story going. That's all.
So, wait a minute now. She cried like she just won WrestleMania.
Wait. Hold on now.
Feel like that.
No, hold on now. Now you talk about personal. Now you getting a little emotion there, buddy. Kind of like she won WrestleMania.
Yeah. I wish I could play the clip, but it ain't letting me share my screen.
Hey,
I can play the.
hey, I get it, bro. I get it. I want to, before I say what I want to say about it, ladies and gentlemen, I heard this all yesterday. My brother was hanging out with me for my birthday, and we had a great time. I heard it all yesterday. So, Roy, I couldn't wait to get on here with you to have him go in this. That's why I say let him cook. He had to get it off his chest. He's been holding this in for about 3 weeks. So, but I want to throw a curveball because, like you alluded to, Sean, in all seriousness, one, you painted a bit of, man, pay you, bro, because you painted that thing beautifully. You called it. Now, I want, before I say this, I believe that is what happened. I also believe that she didn't do it personally. I think she hired like Lash Legend them because Naomi, the size wise, I don't know, but
Yeah, that's a part of my plan, my theory.
But on the off chance that she didn't do it, now what?
I don't know who else would.
But here's another part though. What happens if, let's say she didn't do it, right? And then Jade comes back. Does she releases the title back to Jade?
It's still gonna be some tension there.
Right.
And first,
Yeah,
she
but
gonna have to keep all two of them.
but that's if Jay don't know Naomi did it, and as of right now, ain't like Jay just in a coma or something. If she know who attacked her, she gonna tell it.
Mhm.
I would have.
Well, what if it's like with Sean and HBK, where they had to pull the surveillance tape?
Yeah, I'm like, well, who in WWE can't pull this tape by now? Because Lord, y'all need to be fired. Y'all taking this tape by now.
I mean,
Either
come
way-
on. I mean, we didn't see it with Carlito attacking what's the guy name?
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee. This year, by the way, to Sean's point, we seen with Triple H threw Shawn Michaels' head in the glass,
Mm-hmm.
right? And on top of that, what else we have historically? We saw Billy Gunn say when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold, he knew, he didn't say Rikishi, but he said he knew he had blonde hair who was driving the car.
At the beginning.
So, but my point is, if they didn't see it on surveillance, somebody walking backstage probably saw it, who just don't want to say anything. Or maybe they get paid to keep quiet.
I don't know if they go that deep with it, but it's
Why
gotta be somebody. But I mean, somebody might say something. I'm just saying they ain't gonna say, "Oh, yeah, being paid." I ain't gonna. That's the only part I'll say they might not be in there like that. But somebody saw something, or like I say, it's on camera somewhere, or a tape is missing.
A fan.
Something.
Hey,
But whenever Jade comes back, you have to look at Naomi's face and see what it is, and that'll tell you the whole story.
I want to talk about her face. I don't know if you guys saw it. I'm trying to play it because she had the interview in the back, and her face puts her face down. She's like, "Unfortunately, we had to do this in circumstances like this." Just so false. Like not even real.
Yeah, I saw that, and she had a whole big old lump on her head too. I was like, "Woo!"
Oh my God, what the heck?
But her and Nia Jax got a big lump on her head because Nia Jax got busted open from that the ring post.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened when Naomi got that big old lump on her head. I was like, "Ooh, geez."
hey, if she take to getting them receipts already, ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, but this is great storytelling. So when they say, I want to kind of loop back to something. When they say the storylines are stagnant right now, this is why I just respectfully disagree. Because you're interested, you're invested to see what's going to happen here. This ain't stagnant. It's just building more stuff on it. You know, you have somebody working within. Again, I believe Naomi did it, or hire somebody to do it, whatever you want to say. And now she's in there. She got what she want right now. Let's think about it now. RC, you said she was third wheel. At Bad Blood, Bianca and Jade were hosting it. And the night before, I believe, oh, you can host with us.
She like an afterthought.
She wasn't even on the show until they said that.
Yeah, because she had lost to Nia Jax right there.
Yeah. Then didn't they team up at WrestleMania to fight Damage Control, the three of them? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then, and were Jade and Bianca tag champs at that time? Were they the tag team champions in that WrestleMania? They didn't defend the title, but were they champs?
I really don't think so. No,
I think so. Yeah.
So they weren't the champs at the time? Who would,
I don't
Nah.
think so.
I got to find out who the champs were there, because my point is, if they were, I was going to say again.
No, because the Kabuki Warriors were the champions, I believe. And they got the belts off them. They had that tag match. That was the tag match that Bianca and Jamie against them. Yeah, I think they won that Backlash.
Okay, got it. Okay, no problem. So well, nonetheless, I was going to say, if they were the champions and Naomi again felt like a third wheel because she didn't have anything going to the match except being there, right? So all these things have been building over time, right? So she also can feel like, well, my husband's involved with something, but I can't seem to grab anything. So I feel left out. So now I got to do my own thing, right? So it's a lot riding on that. And like I said, I believe she did it, and she's playing out pretty well. I think she's playing out pretty well. Got the title and everything like that. I haven't seen the Talking Smack clip yet, but I'm gonna watch that. But point being, what is Jade gonna do? How would this propel Jade when she comes back? That's gonna be the question.
Just be her like first major storyline type thing.
A lot of people saying Bianca was in on it too, but I just don't see how. Why would you cost yourself another championship?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That just don't make too much sense to me. But also a lot of people were saying, well, it should be. Well, I guess it was fans. They've been building up Jade and Bianca as fighting at WrestleMania. But that don't mean like that has to happen. It could be Jade versus Naomi around WrestleMania time, because Jade might not be coming back till who knows when.
Right.
So you
Man,
can build them up to fight at WrestleMania.
So I'm saying, like, I'm not too far off from that thought, because yeah, she might have cost herself, a shot at, being the first, champion, United States champion, right? That's what she was in the tournament, right? But at the same time, it goes back to what, BJ says, right? He thinks that Jade is holding her back, right? So who's to say that Bianca don't feel the same way? Like, Bianca feels like my career probably would have progressed or done whatever, but I took time out to help you out. Could that be the angle?
Well, I don't think. No, yeah. I mean, Bianca, she done some crazy things already. And when I say crazy, I mean that in a good way. I mean, still in the show at WrestleMania. First black female to headline WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Defending the title against a legend like Asuka. Having a lengthy title reign. I don't think, and another thing is that everybody who's on top eventually gives back to somebody. Maybe not this son.
Yeah, but even if you felt like she was holding her back, how is costing yourself United States championship, being the first inaugural United States champion, a black champion, United States champion? Why would you? That's holding yourself back. Jade, you can't blame Jade if you holding yourself back. If you attack Jade, that's holding yourself back of being a champion. Because imagine if Naomi wasn't there, you would have had to relinquish the titles anyway. So you would have no championships. You held your back from a new championship. So that's why I said Bianca can't be involved. Because Jade wasn't holding her back. Jade is keeping you being a champion at all in this company.
Yeah, I definitely know Jade didn't hold her back. I don't know. Maybe 10% of me feels like Bianca has something to do with it.
I don't know. I think that's all Naomi, and Naomi got a little bit of help, got some help. That's how I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think she did it by herself. I really don't. And this could be her chance to lead a group, really show what she can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I personally believe she needs to change the Glow character now. I think she's kind of, at her. I think it's kind of plateaued now. I think she needs to go and change it up, and be that heel. Because I don't think she really got that chance with Team Bad. I don't really think they got that chance with her, Tamina, and Sasha. I don't really think they got that chance to really show what they can do. Because out of that, Sasha became a even bigger star than both of them. So I think this is a chance for her to really show what she really can do. And being that heel, getting a good heel Naomi run, like dressing all black. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put no glow on it. Just dressing all black. And just go in on it. You know what I'm saying? Show what you can do. Show that you can, because you're athletic, you're talented. We know you can deliver in the ring. Now that you could do it on the main event level. Yeah. And now you can probably have your probably first singles match at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. because she was like, I think she had a title. Her second title reign was at WrestleMania, wasn't it?
But she won it in a 6-pack contest though. That's when she was in Orlando.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the only time.
Yeah.
That's why she doesn't handle singles match. Because he wanted like a battle royal to win that women's cup, the women's trophy.
Mm-hmm.
And she won the tag team titles with Sasha Banks. She got the big 3 match with
So no
at
one-
WrestleMania 40.
So no one-on-one match.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to go through all her WrestleMania matches, and I don't think she's had a one-on-one. So yeah, this will be one versus Jade.
So both of them will be.
Versus Jade, yeah.
So both of them will be like, and essentially on their own in a sense of having a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. And then her being athletic, and then Jade being so strong, it can match well together.
Yeah,
it can match well together. But
yeah,
going
it'll
back,
be a true test.
yeah, it would be a true test, and you'll see where you'll go from there, right? But going back to the fan of Sean Flair in this scenario, his girl got taken out. He's not liking the replacement angle of how it's going. But this will be a good chance to come back when Jay comes back to show what she really we can do too as well. So BJ, if you watch this later, we're gonna see if your point is accurate of who might be holding somebody back and or if she needs more development. I think we're gonna see that. Now, with that being said, if Jade and Bianca go at it, I mean Jade and Trinity go at it, Naomi, they still got tag team titles out there, so what happens there? Who's really Bianca's partner?
Well, I don't know who he or she would choose. I mean, like I said, it depends on how it goes down.
Because
but I thought they might have to lose the tag team titles.
Yeah, not unless, whenever Jay come back, Jay either knows or finds out that if Naomi did it, if that's the case, and she interferes in the match, and that's how they lose the belt. But then you're going to have beef with all three.
Now you got triple threat match, you say?
Nah, I don't know. That would be good, though. That'd be a good match. That'd be good. But I don't necessarily see Bianca and Jay having that confrontation already, right? Because when Jay come back, Bianca gonna be like, hey, I was in between a rock and a hard place. I had to do what I had to do. Yeah. Jay may or may not feel like, yeah, she understands, but let me tell you about your girl. That'd probably be the thing. That'd probably be how it went, so.
Yeah, because ain't no way Jay knows it's Naomi.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say that.
Naomi gonna act a certain way while Jay's around, though. Even when she get Jay's music, Naomi's gonna act a certain way, and that's where more of the story comes around, because we're gonna see how Naomi interacts and how she acts. So she's gonna say, "I earned this championship."
Well,
so I'm the new Bianca partner.
What's it?
You know what? This is what I think we forget as fans sometimes, because and it's not because it's our fault or nothing like that. It's because they don't really focus on it, right? When these wrestlers are out and they're watching the product from a storyline perspective, hear me now, storyline perspective, they're watching the responses of their peers. So the same way y'all notice Naomi responding to these things, what if Jay's picking up on it?
Well,
could be, but I mean, she still got to come back and play the story.
But what I'm saying is, but what if that's a part of it?
Okay. Well, we are living in that town where they use social media a lot, so.
Exactly. So what if that is a part of the story? You know, and to RC's point, watch when Jay comes back, watch Naomi's face. What if Jay come back in the Royal Rumble? What if it's Bianca and Naomi in the Royal Rumble, and maybe they're teaming up to try to get rid of people or try to help each other to it's like, okay, we're the last two, and we can see who's the better woman after that, right? But then Jay music hits as an entry.
Mm-hmm.
And then and to continue that story, Jay don't just go in. She don't not to say she's gonna grab a mic or anything like that. When she goes in, stands in the ring, and she just keeps her eyes on Naomi. Don't even look at anybody else. Just keeps her eyes on Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe kind of like how Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, when they were like, he was like, "I'm sorry, I love you," and he kind of got a close up of the lips moving. And Naomi just saying like, I know what you did. I know it was you. And then Naomi's like, what? And then somehow Bianca get involved. Like, what are you talking about? I know it was you. And build it off of that. What if something like that happens?
That'd be cool.
It's gonna be something, man.
Yeah,
Like we said, with these storylines nowadays, with WWE, things could go any kind of way. And I don't think we talk good ways, but we just don't know which way WWE gonna go with it, and we don't know exactly when Jade's coming back.
yeah, because I mean, I'm here. This reports is she might be injured, she's not injured, so we don't know. So yeah, but if she comes back like that in the Rumble, that'd be cool. That'd be real cool.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm decided that we just don't know which way it will go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, cool, man. So we're gonna do like a rapid fire here. So we wrap up here. So we're gonna talk real quick about Carmelo. He's tied 1-on-1 right now with Braun Strowman. So we'll talk, and then we'll talk about DIY. You know how they just taking over right now as heels. So let's start right now with Carmelo. Carmelo got one up on Braun Strowman. Yeah, I did not see that coming, man. He got that count out real quick. He got one up on Braun on the monster. So what happens from here? Is there a rubber match?
It has to be. I mean, he threw him in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He threw the man in the ring, and you know, like he was about to handle business, and he did it at the wrong count time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really on him. Like you gotta pay attention to the count, bro.
Yeah.
And Carmelo looked up on that win, but hey, he got it. Carmelo probably had a plan. He was running around the ring and doing all that other stuff, and so he might have that plan to know how to get that victory over Braun Strowman. And he smart smarter when after he was chasing him, he got him with that chair. So, and that's what Carmelo gonna have to do against Braun. He saw 1-on-1 first match, felt like he wasn't ready, and he see the size difference. Okay, but guess what? You gotta be smart about having a plan. And Carmelo coming up from through NXT, he had to talk to Shawn Michaels. Like, yeah, I wasn't always the biggest guy, but guess what? I outwork everybody. I outsmarted a lot of people, and that's what you got to do against these bigger guys. And I think Carmelo is up to that task. Hopefully, he wins the rivalry, but you know they might give Braun Strowman because he's the new guy on SmackDown. I'm not a fan of Braun Strowman like that. I don't know this one.
Yeah.
I think Carmelo has more upside than Braun Strowman has to me. We'll see where that goes. Because Braun Strowman celebrated his 10 years with WWE this month. So, which I was like, dang, it's been that long.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they should put him with the Y at 6.
Nah. He's beyond. He's beyond it. He can still do that, but he's kind of beyond that. And he's on SmackDown, so I don't know if they're gonna switch to Y6.
Yeah.
A lot of people got bigger ideas for Carmelo, as the fans at least, and hopefully WWE does too. But it's a lot of things going on, so hopefully this could build some character with Carmelo, because that's what WWE is driven off: your character and then what you can stand out. Yeah, he's a great athlete, but that's not all it takes. If you want to do that, go to AEW.
Mm-hmm. It's the entertainment.
Yeah, so they building up Carmelo's character right now, and with a few like this, they can build up his cunningness, his strategy skills, like I say, his character, and that's what they doing right now with him.
Cool. So how you guys feel about DIY?
It's windy in the Motor City. DIY Storm. They should have been heels because they were not over his face. They were not over at all. It was like you could probably hear a pin drop when they walked out.
We sat there at that SmackDown. We ain't know who theme song that was playing.
Well, I knew the song. But the match was good too. But I want to go a step further. Since we already talking about it. I think this heel DIY is what's needed for them right now. And I think this is going to be a good way to bring the profits back to finally go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's all I say about that. They're gonna need psychology wise, if you have an over tag team that's heel, which is hard to find with them today, right? Currently. And you had the profits come back and beat them, that's a pop. So you have to really have them get down and dirty, you know what I'm saying, to get it done. So when the Street Profits come back, that's why I see it.
But did the Machine Guns, did they get their rematch? I might have missed that.
Not yet. They fought 1-on-1. I think Johnny Gargano and what's the guy's name?
Alex Show.
Yeah, it wasn't Chris Sabin. I'm sorry. It was Alex Shelley. Okay. So yeah, they had their one-on-one match in DIY. They got over because they healed. So they trying to go a new level, so they got over on that. So yeah, they probably get their title shot at maybe one of the SmackDowns or before Saturday Night's main event or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, probably need to come back and do something. Lord, they got beat down one time. You ain't seen them since. I mean,
They selling it, bro. They selling it. I want to.
I hear it.
They selling it.
They'll build it up to where Alex Shelley, was like a mentor to Johnny Gargano and trained him or not.
Mm-hmm.
So they're playing off of that role, and Alex Shelley didn't think Gargano would do something like this. With Ciampa in Gargano's ear, I mean, yeah, no chance to listen to that, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of these guys who are turning heel nowadays, they have reasoning, and they want to get back what's theirs. They feel like they was cheated out of this or that, a championship or opportunity or something like that. And so they react in this way.
Right.
And if they're seeing results out of what they're doing now, why not keep going with that?
Mm-hmm.
And so like they get more of a reaction, more of a story going on, just like with John Gargano, just like Candice LeRae, his wife, is getting more of a shine right now with it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they was stupid with that match. We didn't talk about that yet, but I didn't understand what Knight was doing, trying to get the briefcase from Tiffany Stratton, but that's a whole different story. But they get more of a reaction, more something that makes sense with them.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Johnny fighting against Ciampa, he joined in with them, and now they tag team champions again because they only had it for 2 weeks last time, and so hopefully they have a longer reign this time going into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Machine Guns deserve a rematch, but Street Profits had an opportunity taken away from them, so they should get a match as well because they was already signed up to face the Motor City Machine Guns for the titles, so they were already in contention.
Right.
So they should go ahead and do that triple threat tag team title match like they should have done in the first place. This is it was a step that needed to happen for the DIY to get the titles back, or Cheap to get the title back to change it to a heel, show their heel persona, show the next step. But it needs to be a triple threat tag team title match, probably at the next Saturday main event.
Now let's not forget. Now that's a week before the run. So, no. But what I'm not saying that because I think it should be Saturday night main event too. But what I'm saying is there's going to be a lot going on in that time. So you're going to put certain things there and then certain things on the show because you probably only want to get like 2 actual matches because you got 2 rumbles, right? So you probably going to get like 2 matches, 2 or 3 matches.
Right.
Now the rumble was February 1st.
February 1st is the Royal Rumble. January 25th is Saturday night the main event.
Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. They could go and put that on that show. The tag team title match, and then the next week is the Rumble. So they could fight again in the Rumble. But some of these guys could continue in the Rumble. I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Guys, real quick, what you think about the real Universal Champion, Kevin Owens?
Man, Kevin Owens is doing great work right now. Carrying on that Winged Eagle Championship, and which is probably a dream for him. Another dream for him. And it's like he got to fight Stone Cold with the main event of WrestleMania. Who thought that would happen? And who thought he would be walking around with the Winged Eagle Championship like back in the day where Austin had where he won at WrestleMania 14? You know what I'm saying? So all this is a dream for him.
Talk about that, man. Talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Stone Cold. But he said he's not to blame for what happened to Cody. You blame Cody. You blame the fans.
He to blame.
Who's not to blame?
He dropped that man right on his head.
That's what Kevin Owens said. I understand what he said. I'm not saying he's not. I mean, he did it. He didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying that. So, and he feel like he's the real world champion because he got a stunner. He was pinning Cody Rhodes, but the referee wasn't up. So there's 2 referees out there, and they couldn't do their job.
He still would have kicked him.
Listen, sound like the story of Kevin Owens' life in WWE in a lot of places. With AJ Styles, with Roman Reigns, with Cody Rhodes. Listen, and on top of that, one of the things that I mentioned to this is this. When he comes in and does that, you say it's not his fault, he's spiking people on their head. Okay, you're spiking people on your head, right? You say it ain't your fault. But look here. Let's remember this one thing. He attacked Cody for his personal reason. Nobody told him to swing on that. Matter of fact, Cody around here taking pictures with the neck brace on.
Boy.
Yeah.
So he's saying his fault. Nobody told him to punch Cody in the face. Nobody told him to take out Randy Orton like that.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me it ain't my fault. You know what, though? I ain't mad because it's a classic heel.
And he said he hasn't snapped yet. So it could be
Yeah, he
more
said-
combat.
Say it's gonna be worse. Say it's gonna be worse than that.
And you see Triple H has continued to be involved in that because he continued to mention like the people that's in charge. And you see how Triple H came out after Saturday's main event. So will Triple H get attacked by Kevin Owens if he said he hasn't snapped yet?
Yeah.
If you say you snap, that means you attack somebody that don't even wrestle no more or can't wrestle.
I tell you what, he don't want.
I was saying that I feel like that's what
Yeah,
he might
that's-
do. But Triple H
You know
come out
what?
there and do what he did and do that pushing back and forth. I feel like Kevin Owens is going to attack Triple H.
You think so?
Yeah.
We got to write this down. We got to keep up with these.
And that's
predict-
going to cause Randy Orton to finally come back. And that's going to be Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens after Kevin Owens attacks Triple H.
So he's the. Well, I wish Triple H wasn't hurt, boy. Ooh, what you get that smoke for real? Ooh,
But I think that's what's going to happen.
that's a good layout. Boy, I tell you, boy, you need to get that writing room, boy. That's a good layout right there. That's a good layout. I like that one. But I was hoping Triple H was medically clear that he can get up in there one good time.
Nah, no more.
He give it-
Nah, it's over.
Boy, he'll give it to Kevin. He'll give it to him.
But he can still add the stories, and this is one of the ones he's going to do. I feel like he would do. Because Triple H ain't coming at it for no reason to do all that.
Yeah, he's ready. He about to lay the smackdown on this.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What you mean? What you mean, boy?
Hey, it'd been like old times. Triple H taking the stuff.
You know what? You need to stop that line, boy. So, Tiffany Stratton, she catch in soon, or she gonna wait till the Royal Rumble?
Nah, I think I think I ain't gonna say WrestleMania because that might be too far out, but it depends on who Nia's facing. Because you see the teasers right now. You know,
Yeah.
Candace talking down to her. Nia Jax kind of is talking down to her, but trying to be polite about it. It's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Jax doesn't really have a contender at the moment for the championship. So it all signs point to, she got it. It's coming up soon. Real soon.
Mhm.
That's why they say everything kind of holding off because of the transfer window and who's moving where. But with the story going, she got to cash in sooner or later because, especially what Candace doing right now, Lord, she just kind of giving her the real soul shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, because she is kind of looking replaced right now. Tiffany kind of looking replaced.
And she came out there, like, I don't really know what Nia was trying to do, asking for the briefcase. Just tell Tiffany to attack Naomi or Bianca if you're going to. Why would you need the briefcase yourself? You on the corner. You on the outside of the ring. You on the apron.
Uh-huh.
That didn't make sense. I don't know what I'm got. And then Tiffany Tiffany is trying to cause Nia these things also. Because she didn't even need to be out there.
Right.
And you hear the fans saying, oh, cash it in. They was checking that.
They ready.
Yeah, they ready it's building up. So that face turn for Tiffany is building up. And the fans really want her to get this title.
Man.
Yep.
You want to add something to that line?
No, I'm just waiting for them to. I think when she cash in, obviously it's going to be a big part. It has to be on the big stage, but you have big stages coming up. You got Rumble, Chamber, and of course Mania that's going to be in front of live big audiences. You know, so I think it'll happen probably at one of the three. But at the same time, I think it'll happen before Mania because I think Tiffany might end up facing Nia at WrestleMania. Honestly, that might be the match. I don't.
Tiffany versus Nia?
That might be the Mania match. I'm not sure.
Man, what real quick, I know we were running over time here, but what would you say is the first one that come to your mind as a cash in?
The greatest?
Seth?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
WrestleMania. I mean, the one that kicked it off with Edge, of course, John Cena, because that was the point where we just figuring out what this thing could really do. So that was
Right.
a big one. That one, so Braun coming out of WrestleMania. Not the fact be biased because we were there at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your coach.
But not, it was just, like I said, you put yourself right at the main event of WrestleMania, and you got the title. You beat two of the biggest guys who's going to fight for the title for multiple WrestleManias, and Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. You beat both of them in that match, and make it in a triple threat match. You didn't cash in afterward. You cashed in during the match, and so I don't know if that was the first for that too. Maybe I don't know. It's one of the biggest moments. It's always going to be played.
Which one, Edge or Seth?
The Seth.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at this list. It's been 25 cash-ins. Man,
wow.
It's been 25 cash-ins.
I think honestly, I would say Seth for a lot of reasons. That remember the one with Edge happened. The one with Edge happened with Vince McMahon coming out there announcing.
Edge cashed in.
Yeah, he cashed in twice. And the second time he cashed in, it was with, they promoted it on WWE.com so people could tune in and watch it when he cashed in on The Undertaker.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying?
Was
after The Undertaker fought Batista, then got attacked by Mark Henry, and then got cashed in by Edge, who took the money in the bank, I think, from, was it Mr. Kennedy that Monday? I think?
Yeah.
So my point is, the Seth song, we was all built on Brock and Roman, what's going to happen? Because we expected, Roman to win that match and be the next guy because it was being promoted that way.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, and then after Seth already had a match that night, lost to Randy Orton, and then pops out at the end of the night and is cashed in and leaves. Not only was it the best, it ends with him holding the title at the end of the ramp. You know what I'm saying?
Finals going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
But to be fair, also, if you're going to tie the Money in the Bank to anybody, I think everybody thinks of Edge too first.
Yeah, he was the first. He's always going to be that one.
Yeah, he was the first, and he had it twice cash in, even though Punk did too. So I mean,
So Edge and Punk are the only ones to cash in twice.
Yeah, but we think Money in the Bank. I think a lot of people do tie it to Edge, but Seth had one of the biggest moments with the Money in the Bank. I think he had about the biggest moment.
I don't know if Punk cashed in twice, or did he? Because didn't he get attacked by Orton or something like that?
No, he cashed in. He cashed in 08 on Raw on Edge. That was 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Well, what did Randy Orton take him out of?
Randy Orton.
He took Punk out. He attacked Punk at one point and took him out from something big he was about to do.
Randy cashed in on Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam of 2013.
But yeah,
man, I don't know if you think about when they built up to 2011 WrestleMania match. I don't know if you think about that.
Well, it was one of the, you remember that was one of the reasons why Punk came back and attacked Orton, because he was like, you took something away from me, and that's why I came back and did yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So I know he took him out in the back, but I think either he was, I don't remember. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, so that's what's up. So Seth Rollins, the most memorable cash in. That's what we're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest cash.
That's what's up.
Let me throw one more out there. That was the men. What was the woman?
Because the women got 7 cash ins.
I know, but who's the woman?
They always cash it in so quick. So it's like when they get it, most memorable women's cash in.
The most memorable was gonna be this Tiffany one.
We'll see when she does it.
So you got 7.
I think Alexa. I want to say Alexa Bliss was mine. She did
Alexa
that same night, I
Bliss.
think.
I would say that. I'll say, shoot, was it Liv when she beat Ronda Rousey?
Liv Morgan, 2022.
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's it.
And then she
fans
beat
really
her
wanted
again.
that one. Fans really wanted that.
Yeah, she beat her again after that. For right now, that may be the biggest one. Unless you want to count, Asuka getting it, but she automatically got the title when Becky had to go out for a bit when Becky got pregnant. So I don't know. I'm gonna call that.
When they had that Money in the Bank in the WWE headquarters at the simultaneous going on.
Right, but as far as like big moment, you gotta have a crowd for that. I feel like so. Yeah, I might give it to Liv when she beat Ronda Rousey.
Now that one at the WWE headquarters, although it was during the pandemic, looking back, the concept was pretty cool. Fighting through it was kind of like a video game.
Yeah, it was crazy because Ray still got thrown off the field.
But they be tossing on Ray everywhere.
Yeah, I guess you had to do something because it was during the pandemic. Shout out to WWE holding it down with no fans during the pandemic. What a crazy time. What a crazy time, man. I couldn't even imagine. But yeah, so 7 cash-ins for the women. I think the most anticipated one to memory to date right now was going to be that Tiffany one. I just salivate for that one. Just before we wrap up, we got a new segment we want to introduce to you guys. Lonnie, take it away with Wrestler Spotlight.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. This individual who we want to start this with as a Wrestler Spotlight is Mr. Drew McIntyre, because the body of work that he's delivered this year alone and what he continues to do. And just think about it. Earlier in the show, we spent a lot of time just talking about him. And all he did was show up and just cut a promo. You know what I'm saying? And we spent the least amount of time talking about that and what that can lead to. So the reason why I think Drew McIntyre deserves to be in this particular spotlight is because what is going to happen moving forward with him in 2025? RC alluded to him on the Busted Open, which I think that was a work and a shoot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen with that? He threw the mic and left. He was talking about, hey, people are going to forget about you. He had legends like Jim Ross reaching out to him to make sure he's really okay. He's keeping you intertwined. So I go back to what I said earlier. This man had to work on a feud of the year, in my opinion, when the guy wasn't there every week because he was injured. And yet alone, he had to keep you interested in his world title match that was overshadowed because his opponent was in the main event in the previous night with 3 of the hottest guys in the company at the time. And he had to work to keep you interested in his match. So now he has to be elevated higher in 2025. So personally, Mr. Drew McIntyre, I'm looking for great things in 2025, and I'm calling it world champion. World champion.
Okay.
You talk about the greatest heel in WWE, it ain't Solo Sikoa. It's Drew McIntyre, fella.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
It ain't Kevin Owens. It's Drew McIntyre, fella.
Whoa.
It ain't Jacob Fatu. It's Drew McIntyre, fella.
That's not fair because Jacob ain't got like a main role right now.
You know Jacob's there, bro.
You ain't. Yeah, that's true.
You know he's there. If he's just standing there,
he ain't like
He's
out front. Right. He's not like out front, like in a solo role, right? Like a single role.
Look, you just said it in a solo role.
Right.
You just said it. Did you grab that?
But yeah, I got what you're saying, which is corny. But I got what you're saying, but still, he's not like an individual.
Oh, we really don't want to defend this. I mean, the man, he ain't Drew McIntyre. That's all I'm saying. He ain't the top heel.
I'm not disputing your point, but I'm just saying, like, to be the best heel, it's kind of toss up.
Yeah, look. So I think Drew McIntyre is why because he keeps you as much to the point that you love heel, Sean, as much as people tell him, and you know they're right what he's doing. He finds a way to throw it up in your face and defend his point. He told Seth Rollins a couple of weeks ago, "You kept telling me to get over the bloodline. It ain't so easy when the shoe's on the other foot. It ain't so easy now, is it?" So now he has another point to fight off of.
Right.
Seth was they like Seth, man. You created Roman Reigns. Now you hit the chair in his back. Well, I'll never team up with him again. Why? You the one hit him in the chair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now Drew's saying they screwed all this. Drew went through all this. Drew lost in his hometown twice. And it still is a pivotal part of what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? This guy is really, and Drew, if you ever hear this, props to you, brother. Because you're really keeping us invested in what you're doing. You're so diverse with it. You got that old school vibe with you. You had the respect of your peers. Man, you're doing it up, man. So if you ever hear this, man, props to you. World champion 2025. And in my opinion, professional wrestler of the year. I'm going to leave it at that.
Damn.
In my opinion. I'm not talking about just match quality. I'm talking about the whole package.
That's what's up.
I'm not talking about just matches. The whole package.
Real quick, Ron, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, like I said, Drew probably that guy this year. Probably superstar of the year. Because like I said, he had a lot to carry. Just like he had a lot to carry in 2020 when he won the title. He had a lot to carry in, and he's back trying to do it now to elevate what we have in WWE right now. And like I say, he elevated his matches with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania to keeping it relevant and important beyond what the Bloodline had going on, what Seth had going on the Bloodline. And then, like I said, he kept the rivalry going with CM Punk in and outside the ring. And so it made that continuously relevant, and we wanted to continue to see that. And so, and he's, delving in different stories of a lot of people, even going back to what he had going on Bloodline before, and now he has a hit list going on. And so, and he making himself known on these, other social media platforms where they have it busted open. And so he's making the headlines everywhere and continue to make himself relevant. And we want to know what he's going to do next every time. And like I said, we don't have a plan. We have a lot of people that we don't have too much of a theory at the moment where he's going with this, but we're very intrigued on what he's going to do. And that's what you want. You don't want. You say you're gonna be the world champion, but at the moment he doesn't even really need the world championship. Because he's making his stories relevant and exciting, and you want to look forward to it, and that's what your job is as a WWE superstar, championship or not. Get us to watch it. We know you're gonna have great matches, but why do we want to see what you're gonna do? And he's doing that very well.
I remember the last one I make on it personally. I remember when Austin did the Broken Skull session. He said to Drew McIntyre, this was like post-pandemic, I believe. He said to him, I'm paraphrasing, I think you would have made it. I think you would have made it in the Attitude Era, Drew. I think you would have made it. That's before the Drew we have right now. You know what I'm saying? So what this guy has been able to do, and all these people talking about, well, he's not signing with it now, and he left the company, and all this, yada, all that garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody think everybody want to know everything, but the guy came back and elevated again. I think he's about to do the same thing. He's been back for 3 weeks, and already is a main focal point.
Yep.
He need to go down there to NXT and get an open face.
Boy, when that happened, boy.
Hey, we got to talk about that draft coming. I think one of them moving up to the main card. It's be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. One more thought, RC.
As far as that, like I said, it'd be very, very interesting where he does go, and I feel like he should. I feel like he need to be on Raw on Netflix though. I don't know. I was about to say he should go to SmackDown, but I don't know who's gonna be on what card. So I'm waiting to see where he goes. And that'd be very important to see where Drew McIntyre goes in his transfer window.
Hey, he got enough fights on each show, so he might as well pick one.
Exactly. Right. Either way, he's gonna make an impact. Either way, no matter where he goes.
He got a list. But man, we thank you guys for tuning in and watching us here, wherever you're seeing us on YouTube, you're listening to us on Spotify. If you're listening to us, make sure you like, subscribe, share the channel. Listen, we're approaching the 50th episode of the Champions Corner. We couldn't have done it without each and every one of you that's watching. Have a happy, Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys here on the next episode. Peace.
Great.